Hey guys, I want to welcome everyone back to Texas Silver. Also, if you're new here to the channel, consider subscribing, sharing it with friends, comment below, like the videos if you like the content that I put out. But I appreciate everyone being here. I appreciate all my followers and viewers and everyone that comments below. The comments are greatly appreciated. At the end of this video, I went out with my kiddos a couple days ago. We went out to the lake, so I've included some of that. Unfortunately, the water was too cold for them, so they didn't really get in the water. My son swam a little bit, but I didn't get any video of that. But I picked up a new sport. I'm really excited about it. I'm hopefully gonna be doing that more. But it's just a reminder to take the time. You know, we're getting towards the holiday season. Make sure you're spending time with your loved ones, with your family, with your kiddos. Let them know that you love them and you appreciate them. And just don't get so wrapped around with all these preparations and work and all that. And just take the time to spend it with them and let them know that they're important in your life. So if you want to watch that, it's at the end of the video once I cover all these other subjects. So stick around if you want to watch that. If not, I understand. I'm trying to add stuff like that to the videos just to kind of, you know, change things up, lighten stuff up, and just kind of give my viewers a glimpse of what I do outside of these videos and work. Just gives you a little snapshot of my life. And I like to share that with y'all. I think a lot of y'all like to see that stuff, so that's why it's there. So let's get into this. Gold and silver got slammed today. I'm actually thinking that it's going to continue to happen. I actually mentioned this maybe a couple weeks ago that I thought that metals were going to continue to get slammed. So this is a buying opportunity. It's a gift. So if you're thinking about getting gold or silver or both, now would probably be a good time to buy. If it drops some more, then buy more. I'm going to keep buying the dips just because that's that's how you dollar cost average. So if you're on the fence, if you're going to buy or not, I think right now is a good price point. Get it before it could possibly go back up. These things are kind of hard to predict. No one has a crystal ball, but it's at a good price point. So if you want it, I'd recommend getting it now. I think that the paper price could continue to get slammed, but if you notice, the physical price isn't being affected as much. And I think that those are going to continue to separate over time, and eventually people aren't even going to want the paper. They're going to want the physical. And then the physical is no longer going to be obtainable. So if you want it, don't, let grass grow underneath your feet. Get it now. And also what I talked about in my other videos is buy it for Christmas presents. Get your Christmas shopping done. Just remember, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not giving financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. I'm giving you ideas of stuff that you could do. And if it applies to you in your life, get after it. Okay. I don't know if y'all heard this. I know I've been seeing this on a couple videos, but they've been talking about gas shortages, mainly overseas, over in Europe. And I was hearing different numbers, like 70%, 90% of gas stations are out of fuel. I think that could easily come here. From what I understand, the gas shortages are coming from shortages of truck drivers. And this is actually starting to happen in America too with truck drivers. Different companies are starting to require drivers to have certain health things in order to continue to drive. And these truck drivers are refusing to take those precautions. So I think there's going to be a shortage of truck drivers as the days go along. So I don't think there's going to be a shortage of the actual fuel. It's just going to be the drivers that are delivering the fuel to the gas stations. So if I were you, I would keep your vehicles full. If it gets to a quarter of a tank, fill it back up. I know it's annoying, but you need to be doing that. Also, what you can do to keep some gas on hand, and I don't recommend keeping a lot on hand just because it's explosive and dangerous. And also, I think there may be certain laws and ordinance against storing a certain amount of fuel on your property. But rotate a couple gas cans. So maybe have 5 or 10 gallons, 20 gallons, whatever you're comfortable with or able to store, and rotate through those cans. That way you always have an extra tank, in the garage. I have a diesel truck. I try and keep a couple 100 gallons on the place at all times. That's another reason why I like diesel vehicles. I know they're expensive, but over time, I think it's probably better to have a diesel vehicle. If you're not in the market for that, I understand. Just diesel is a lot safer to store, lasts longer. The motors are get better fuel mileage, have more power, torque, all that. Another video, but just long story short, have some fuel on hand. I think this could easily come here where there's fuel shortages, especially with the winter coming. When these winter storms come, everyone, goes and panic buys and fills up every gas can and milk jug and whatever else they have laying around. So get it now, get ahead of the hype, and just have all your vehicles topped off and whatever containers you can. I think food shortages are also going to be coming this winter. I think the same thing that happened last year with the health issue, I think it's gonna get bad again in the winter, ladies and gentlemen. So just think of what happened last time. So if you need it, get it now. Don't wait until the lines are out the doors, the shelves are empty. If you need some dried food, canned food, get that stuff now, put it back, because you don't want to be out dealing with the chaos and the lines and the inflation of these things going up. Also, I was hearing that there's been shortages of pet food. So if you have cats, dogs, whatever, fill in the blank, you might want to grab an extra bag of food for them and have it on hand. I always try and have a couple bags for my animals on hand, and I just rotate, and use the oldest bag first. That way I kind of keep everything fresh. The holidays are coming up, so you don't want to get to Christmas or Thanksgiving dinner and not have a turkey or ham or whatever. So get those things now, put them in your freezer. They should be fine until the holidays. So any of these staple items that you're going to want at your holiday dinner table, I would get it now and put it back, as long as it's not going to spoil the next couple months. Get that stuff now, put it in the pantry, put it in the freezer, and hold on to it. That way you're not fighting all the lines and all the prices, and you're able to actually get these items because they may not be there. I think there's also, from what I've been hearing, there's probably going to be shortages. In my area, I'm not really seeing this yet, but I'm hearing about other places in the country. But there's shortage of paper towels and toilet paper and all that stuff again. So if you need it, toiletry items, get it now, put it back before the shortages come to your area. I think this winter is going to be bad again because of, like I said, the health thing, but also look what happened last year in Texas. That storm, something like that could happen anywhere, power outages and all that. So make sure that you're getting all your preps ready at the house for the winter. So heating home, or your home heating oil, if you need that, get it now. Don't wait until there's a shortage of truck drivers and you don't have the fuel, the propane or whatever. You don't have truck drivers to come deliver that stuff. So get it now. Be prepared. That way you're not scrambling or you're not able to get it at all. Go out and get space heaters if you need them now, because that's what happens. When a cold front comes through, everyone goes out and buys all that stuff. So get it now while it's available. Get extra blankets, get firewood, however you heat your house, take care of that now. Winter's going to be here before you know it. So right now there's approximately, almost 100 cargo ships that are stuck off shore right now that can't be unloaded due to shortage of workers and truck drivers and everything to unload these ships. So there's going to be shortages probably into next year. So if you need something, get it now, because it's probably just going to get worse, and then it's going to drive the prices up because of inflation and shortages, and it's just going to be a snowball effect, and it's just going to get worse. Going back to water, I know, some of these channels talk about get food, get water, and all this. Water is probably your most precious resource. If you don't have water, you're gonna die within 3 days. So getting a case of water is great. Getting 4 or 5 cases of bottled water is great, but eventually that runs out. So what you really need to look into is a renewable water source. So get a rain catchment system. Go get a Berkey. I remember last year, I ended up getting one. I've actually showed it on the channel. I don't have it here to show, but I do have a Berkey. I got both filters, the black filter and the fluoride filter for it. I'd recommend getting both. But last year, when all this stuff was going on, everyone went and panic bought all this stuff, and you couldn't find it. So if you want a Berkey or some sort of water filtration system, I recommend getting it now. Quit putting it back. That's also, ladies, that's probably a great gift for your husband. If my significant other got me a Berkey, I'd be ecstatic. So when you're doing your Christmas shopping, you know, maybe think of tools or preparations that would help out the family and gift those to each other. So, you know, don't waste money on all this Chinese junk that's gonna get, you know, broken or whatever. You know, get your kids a sleeping bag, get them a backpack, get them stuff that they can have for a bug out bag, and it'd probably be cool for them. They'd like it, but it's something that you need to buy those items anyways, but instead of buying them a bunch of useless crap, you get them stuff that could benefit them in an SHTF scenario. So think about the stuff that your loved ones could use and use that for Christmas present ideas. Also, think about how you're going to cook your food. So if the power goes down, how are you going to you know, purify water? Are you going to boil it? Do you have a filter? How are you going to cook your food? Are you going to eat your dry foods cold? You know, no one wants to eat cold food. So get a rocket stove, get a Coleman stove, get a way to heat up food. Some sort of, you know, charcoal and firewood and all that stuff's great, but you need a lot of it, and it gives off a big smoke signature and stuff like that. So I would look into a jet boil, rocket stove, something like that. So that's also maybe a Christmas item that you can get for a prep. I'm going to leave it at there, guys. I don't want this video to go too long. Plus I have the other stuff that I'm going to add. Again, I appreciate all the subscribers, all the likes, all the shares, all the comments. There's a lot of great comments down there, and I've learned a lot, and I know others. I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm not going to claim to be. So a lot of your comments have helped out other people. So your comments are welcome, even the negative ones. I'll take them because it also gives me subjects that I can discuss on the channel. Let's stay close to God. If you're religious, I think things are going to get really ugly. Not trying to have a doom and gloom video here, but just I think the next couple years, 3-4 years, are going to be rough, and let's get prepared. And until the next video, y'all stay safe. Hey guys, just want to welcome y'all back to Texas Silver. Hey, over here. We're going to change it up a little bit. Like I said, you got to make sure you're spending time with family, making sure you're exercising and all that. We're about to do both. And my ride just showed up right here. So this is a new sport that I'm starting to learn. So don't judge, but we're gonna make some videos.
down. He pops up. Down.